My name is Professor Venelia Randall, and I want to do a quick video on Barr's statement that Trump acted out of a non-corrupt motive. And the question is, even if that's true, does it matter? And the answer, short answer, no, not at all. And in fact, Barr knows that because that is a first year law student mistake, confusing intent with motive. So, just to give you a little background, in criminal law, in tort law, you have to have an intent to do something. And most people who don't understand the law confuse intent, the actual desire to do the act that occurred from the motive, which is the reason why you did it. So your motive, for instance, to go over and touch someone who has fell on the floor could be to help them, okay? A good motive. But if that person says to you, don't touch me, it doesn't matter what your motive was. It doesn't matter they had a broken leg. It doesn't matter that they were in the way of a car. Whatever reason, motive you had for touching them is irrelevant to the concept of, did you in fact intend to touch? If you intend to touch, doesn't matter what your motive is. And intent requires actual desire to do something or substantial certainty that something will occur. So even if you didn't actually desire to touch the person, if you were substantially certain that, yeah, reaching over there or doing this, throwing that ball towards them, that would in fact result in a touch, then you didn't have to actual desire. But if you had actual desire and substantial certainty that something would occur, then you had the intent. So in the case of whether or not Trump had the intent to obstruct justice, the question is not whether he had a good motive or bad motive, not whether he was frustrated, not whether he was angry. Those are all motives. What the question was, did he actually desire to stop the process of justice? And the other way, should he have been substantially certain that his behavior would have stopped the process of justice? And the question that has to be posed is, when you ask someone to fire somebody because they're investigating you, either you had actual desire, but without him saying that, I want you to do this because I'm afraid of what he's going to get. So we may not be able to get at his actual desire, but we can definitely get at his substantial certainty, because we know that substantial certainty is not based on what he knew, but what he should have known. He should have known that his actions were substantially certain to interfere and obstruct justice. This is something that only a jury could decide. This is not a question that, when you have sufficient enough evidence to go before a jury, not enough evidence, people keep saying you have to have enough evidence to go beyond reasonable doubt? Well, not really, because that's the jury's decision to determine whether or not there's enough evidence to go before reasonable doubt. So, do you have sufficient enough evidence to say that a jury could find, they could not, but they could find that he was substantially certain that his behavior would interfere with the administration of justice? Okay. I don't want to go through, because I haven't read and don't plan on reading. I'm commenting on this based on what I've read from Short Things, but what's being said in the news is that he lacked his motives were because he was frustrated. And as a person who taught tort law for 20 years and taught criminal law for 10 years, let me tell you, motives are irrelevant for determining intent. And I'll answer your question.